I'm going to go to the IP address of the first whole home disk. There is also an app, but for some reason BT have made it so you can't run the app on a MacBook M1, which should be able to run iPad apps and iPhone apps. It tells me that it doesn't run on jailbroken devices, so I can't do a recording of the app. And I don't have an iPhone to record on. So I need to log in using the password, which is on the card on the back of the whole home disks. And there we can see a map of the network. So we've got the main one, which is plugged in, and then the middle point, which I did the test with, and then the final point, which I did the test with. We can also see that my MacBook is connected to the middle point at the moment. Go over to disks. You can see the uptime of them and how good the connection quality is. So that one is excellent because it's wired in, and you can't get any better than wiring in one of these devices. Not sure how it's been named Kitchen, because I didn't name it Kitchen. You can rename them, but it looks like to... I see you can do a custom name, but you need to click on it, click on custom, and then type in a new name. Click on devices and it will show you the devices which are connected, which is only one of my machines, and it's ticked to be band steered, which will try and force that device over to 5 GHz rather than the 2.4. If we go over to the System tab, a lot of information about the disks which are there, connected, admin passwords where you change the admin password, firmware update, and you should note that by default it will automatically do firmware updates overnight. So if you're not keen on updates being shipped to your routers or your devices, you probably want to switch that off. You can remote restart, and you cannot remote factory reset. You do need to physically press the reset button on that. This one just says press the reset button on the back. I found that when I just tapped the button, it rebooted the device but didn't lose the settings. I had to make sure I hold down the reset button for about 3 seconds, and then it would actually lose its details, its stored details. If you're interested in that process, there'll be a different video that I will have recorded on the YouTube channel. It should be in the link in the description. System log shows you when they were switched on, I guess when devices joined, so the disks joining, and probably when laptops joined and left. So I've put that on the middle one, which I think is that one. You should hopefully see one of the most recent log entries will be my laptop joining. Okay, the newest entries are at the top, just to be extra confusing. And go to the Setup tab. This is where you would set your wireless name, set whether it's visible, so whether you'd have to program a device to have it or whether you can just see it in the list to connect to, what kind of password you want it to have. It should be noted you can't set a simple password. So if you wanted to have your password as, I don't know, the Lodge 3, and that probably would let you do that one because it's gone to OK. But if you had your password as 1234567 on your old network, you cannot set that on the BT Whole Home disks. It won't let you save that setting. You can force disk topology. So at the moment we are daisy chaining, and you can also disable only temporarily for 30 minutes the 5 GHz Wi-Fi. But this going to here, the disk topology, if I go back to status, we can see they are daisy chaining. So this final one is off of the middle one, which is off of the first one. I guess if they were kind of equidistant, and it couldn't work out actually that it didn't want to go to the main one for both of those satellite disks. You can do prefer daisy chain, and maybe it'll do that. You can enable a guest network. Access control, which I guess you can only do. Well, no, I've got a device connected, so I'm not sure why I can't do anything in there. However, access control. Oh, I see. Please use a whole home app. So you don't even get full functionality through this web interface, which is really ridiculous. IP addressing. So if you wanted the main whole home disk to have a specific IP address, or in fact the other ones to have specific IP addresses on your network, rather than obtaining them automatically through your router, you can set it in here. Changing the LED brightness, which is actually very useful because they do have very bright lights. You can turn them off or set it to dim. And if you had one that was specifically in a bedroom, you could turn just that one off. And you can disable the internet if you wanted. You just press pause, click on save, and I expect the internet will stop working until you go back into this admin interface and start it again. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If it has, it would be really helpful to me if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my YouTube channel. You don't need to have the video notifications switched on, but the subscriber numbers really do help. And also I hope in the next video that you watch of mine, I won't have a cold. Thank you very much.